Hi friends, I have another craft for you today. Today we are going to be making cork gnome ornaments. Cork gnome ornaments. Aren't they cute? So cute. You can make them all different ways. As always, you can use whatever you have at your house. If you don't have corks, you don't even have to use a cork. But the cork gives it a good shape, stability, a little bit of weight to it. But you don't have to use cork if you don't want to. But if you happen to be near Knoxville, Tennessee, I have a slew of them. I mean, like, this is a drop in the bucket of how many I actually have donated to me. So all kinds of crafts with corks. But it makes a really good ornament with our gnomies. So all kinds of things we can do. It's an easy, pretty quick craft, and you can customize as we have with all our other stuff. So let me just get started and show you how you do it. So we are going to use the fingertips of gloves. I got a bunch of them. So you just pick up a cheap pair of gloves at Dollar Tree or something and snip off the fingers. So that's the body and that's the hat. We are going to need some fur, and so you can get this at a craft store, you know, by the sheet. I just got a little sheet. I've had this forever. I just use little piece. This I've already cut out, and we just need 1 inch by 1 1/4 inch. It's a little square on the back, and I'll show you how we do that. So I've already cut one out. But if you've ever used this fake fur stuff, you don't want to just use scissors and cut straight through. If you have a little X-Acto knife or utility knife, it's best to just cut from the back, not the front. And you're just trying to cut through the support fabric at the bottom, not the fur, because we want it to flow, right? If we cut it like this, we don't have any flowing beard. We just have a fuzzy square piece of fabric. So that's not what we're looking for. We want it to flow down. So you make sure you cut towards so that the beard is coming down the direction that we want, down. And then you're just cutting through the back part. So you can use an X-Acto knife, a utility knife. You can use scissors. I've done that. And you just go from the back and just barely cut through, and then you pull it off, and that's what you get. I've trimmed up the edges just a little bit. So instead of it being a pure square, I trimmed one little corner off of each. And that's how you get your beard. So we're going to get started. I'm going to do the reverse of this one, I think. So first put your cork in. Oh, I cut it in half. I did one with the full-size cork, and my hat, the part of the finger that goes over to make the hat, had a hard time going over. I was using this cute little peppermint hat. It does not have as much flexibility. So when you're getting your gloves, just the regular knit gloves that have some spreading ability when you put your fingers in is probably going to work better if you're using the cork. So I made some of these without a cork, and it worked just fine. So once I put my half in there, and cutting a cork is no big deal because, one, you're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter if it's not completely smooth, but you can just use a serrated knife and it cuts straight through, easy peasy. Now I got this extra part up here, right? Why am I using the cork? It gives me some stability, something to hold on to. I like the shape, pretty much. I like the shape. And I have a slew of corks. So now I am just going to stuff it. Got some stuffing. This is actually an old pillow. And that I was going to have to get rid of anyway. So I just cracked it open. I'm using it. But, you know, cotton would work. Tissue would work. Paper towel. Whatever you got. No big deal. You stuff it in until you get it how big you want. And this gives a little bit of flexibility for the hat that we're going to put on top. So I think a little bit more in there. And then we need to tie this off. Again, whatever you happen to have at home. I got some baker twine. I used dental floss. That works great if you have dental floss. That little wax on it, that it holds great. I'm going to use these little elastics that we've used in other crafts, because what else am I going to do with all these elastics? So it's easy because you just wrap it around like a hair bow. And you're just securing it up at the top. So that's going to be covered up with my hat anyway. I get it as fluffy or as not fluffy as I want his body to be. And then we're going to glue the beard on. So I have my glue gun. You can use any kind of glue though. You don't have to use a glue gun. And I'm going to put some glue on there and place it on. So I start my gnome. Just hold it on there a second. And see, he's already shaping up. Already looking good. All right, one of the most important things about the gnome: 1, beard, 2, nose. So you can use whatever you want for a nose. This happens to be a little wooden bead that I have for other crafts and stuff. Actually, somebody just donated it to me. The only problem is it's got a little hole in the bottom. So if you're going to use one of these, you need to put it down at an angle so you can't see the hole. And the hat on a gnome comes down over his nose anyway. So it will come over the top part of the nose. So I am going to go ahead and position him. I'm going to spread my fur out just a little bit. You can, that's how you can also make a mustache, is before you put your gnome in, you can separate it out. Just like this. And make him a little mustache. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue on here. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. Good thing I got a paper towel. Alright, let's get some of that off. And then I'm going to stick him right on there. So I know you can't see this, but I am gluing it so that the bottom part of the hole in the bead is down at an angle towards the beard. So we're not going to see it. Can you see that? I'm not sure. I'll tilt it just a little bit. So it's not directly on the beard like this with the hole. It's not directly like that. It's angled just a smidge so that the hole isn't flat up against the gnome, but it's pretty darn close. And the reason I did that instead of going straight in the gnome is because I'm not going to pull the hat all the way down his nose. I just want it partly down his nose. So it's at an angle. It's at a diagonal there. And I don't know if you can see, but he's got the cutest little mustache and then beard. So now it's time for the hat. Your other finger. So I am going to put a little dab of glue inside to make a cute little bend, a tip on this end of my hat / glove fingertip. So see how it automatically goes this direction? I'm going to bend it the opposite way and put a little bit of glue that way. It just gives it a quirky little look. I just like it. So I'm going to roll my glove up like this. You can make a cuff. You can just keep it straight like I did on this maroon one. It might be easier to see with the gray one, which is what I'm thinking. So it automatically bends this way. I'm going to pinch it this way. Pull it around my fingers and just put a little dab of glue in there just to pinch it and give it a funky little bend in the hat. I'm going to hold it there for a second, let it dry. And then unroll it. And it's got a funky little bend. I'm going to put some stuffing in there so we can see it better and it kind of sits up. Some of the hats you can get straight up. I like them loppy, so I lop that one over. See what I mean? That's what it's looking like when I put the little bit of cotton in there. So cute. All right, so which way do I want that when I get it on his head? I want it to go this way. So I am going to slide it on my little Gnome. Come here. Then we'll see what he looks like. So once I get it where I kind of want it for the nose, this is all just a preference. I am pulling it. I'm going to see if I've got enough stuffing in there, if I want more stuffing. I want to make sure my mustache sticks out because that's funny. And that's what he's looking like. So cute. Ooh, I kind of like his hat like straight up, but we'll see. So the first thing I'm going to do is tack his hat down so it doesn't go anywhere. So I am just playing with it until I get it where I want it to be, and I'll make sure the back of it's down far enough that it's actually over the cork. It just gives it a little more stability. And I'm just going to put a touch of glue on it, on the back, and situate it. You can decorate these things with all kinds of stuff. I've got a little bell here I might try to use. If you've got moss, I have some moss. That is so cute because these are woodsy creatures, right? If you put a little bit of moss on top. All right, so in order to keep it over your nose and not sliding around, put a little dab of glue on that nose. Remember, we've already played with it, so we know where we want the hat, how we want it to look. So I am putting the glue right on that hole. Uh-oh, drop some glue on my little beard. There we go. So it is very stable that way. Put my mustache out. Isn't he awesome? Now let's see. Do I want to tack him down and put a little bell on there? I've got a bell that I might sew on there. Or do I want him up? I think I'm going to tack him down. So I am going to put a little bit of glue on the side and tack his hat down because I want to try to use this bell. So the string I have this bell on is just a little bit of baker's twine that I had for another craft. Trying to get his hat to loppy, but not all the way down like this one. They all look so different. So I'm using baker twine, and I already tied it to this bell just in case I couldn't see it. That's smart of me. All right. So then I'm just going to tie it on here. See how that goes. And then I can adjust how loppy I want his hat. I am using one of those large needles that you use for embroidery. I think it's an embroidery needle. But you could use a regular needle. All right, I'll move that down just a little further. So I'm going to add some glue. See if I can get that to hold. And that's what he looks like. Isn't that cute? So he is going to be an ornament. So I have, using the baker twine, I have another one threaded, and I'm just going to go right through the top, pull it through, equal my ends, tie a little knot, ta-da, and there you have it. I could put a hanger on this one, and he's going to go on my tree. That's it. That's how you make a little gnome ornament. I hope you like them. They're so cute and fun. And I hope you join me next time, and we'll have some more crafting fun. Bye.